right now, why taking the time, investing the time and money at Montefiore to embark on a journey of refurbishing both the functions of recruitment and onboarding at Montefiore? So share with us the challenges, why they were severe enough for you guys to go and invest the time and money to do this.
Yeah, so there were a few challenges that we had that we wanted to, I guess, improve on in terms of our processes. The first one was the candidate experience. So we were using a different platform previously. It was quite clunky for our candidates to use that. We had to provide a lot of support in the HR team to a lot of the candidates in terms of creating a profile and setting up a username and password, for example. And so we wanted to make the experience for the candidates a lot easier to manage. So that was sort of one of the...
You were getting drop off from that, I guess?
That's an assumption that we were making, that we were sort of losing talent because it was too difficult to put an application through. Another sort of challenge that we had was just in terms of our reach. So being able to post jobs across different job boards, we were sort of limited in how many job boards we could post one ad to, and it's quite a manual process if we wanted to extend it.
So log on to that job board, copy and paste the same parts of the ad.
Yeah. And then also with that, we weren't able to identify where our candidates were coming from in terms of which job board they had applied through.
Got it.
So in terms of when we're re-advertising a similar role or the same role down the track, we thought it'd be great to be able to target where we were pushing the ad to. And then in terms of just inconsistencies in our process, we wanted to sort of streamline how we do things. So previously we didn't have a centralized onboarding system. So it wasn't, if you were, say, for example, working in one particular area, you might have a completely different onboarding experience to working in another area, just naturally because it was somebody else that was doing it for you. So we wanted to be able to create efficiencies in how we were doing things, to be able to centralize onboarding to our people and culture team so that we could make it more consistent and streamlined. And then just in terms of working in the aged care industry, it's a highly regulated environment. So there's a lot of compliance checks that we need to conduct as part of our pre-employment checks. And that was something that we were spending a lot of time using paperwork for. So seeing with candidates, going through paperwork and then collecting that paperwork and filing it and storing it. So we wanted to improve how we were doing that, and also how we could communicate with candidates during that pre-employment phase of recruitment. And then in terms of onboarding, as a challenge that we had, similar to what I said before, is creating more consistency in how we onboarded people. That was something that we really wanted to focus on. And again, previously there was a lot of paperwork involved in onboarding someone. So there would be like a pack that was put together by the hiring manager that had, say, 10, 15 different pieces of paper in it that was issued to a candidate, and it could have been, depending on where they were working, it could have been posted to them or emailed to them or given to them on their first day. And then they would need to complete all those forms as part of their onboarding process to then be sent to our payroll team, which is the next sort of challenge that I want to talk about, is the manual process that our payroll team had to go through to create a new employee in our payroll system. So we use Chris 21, and they would have to collect. So they would receive all those papers and use those to then input that information into Chris 21.